Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it's official. It is the worst time ever in the history of America to buy property. Yes, I said it. For the first time, it is the worst time in the history of America. The second worst time in the history of America to buy property. It has been stated on record that the interest rates right now, coupled with high prices, it's the worst time ever to buy property. So since 2022, housing prices have only went down by about 15,000, from 415 to about $400,000, coupled with no longer 2% interest rates, but 6% interest rates, coupled with the fact that 92% of all homeowners have a interest rate that is less than 6%. Therefore, nobody is going to want to sell, coupled with the fact that we have lower inventory than pre-pandemic levels. We used to have almost 4 million homes of inventory. Now we have less than 2 million homes of inventory. So coupled with the fact that interest rates are continuing to rise, coupled with the fact that housing prices has only dropped $15,000, coupled with the fact that we are short on inventory, which means housing prices are not going to go down much because nobody is selling their home. And we know that 92% of people have an interest rate less than 6%, and so they're not going to be willing to let go of that home for several years until they have a lot of equity that they can put toward a new house. With that being said, what's going to happen is most people are going to stay in their home for 3 to 4 years, gain a little bit of equity, sell the home, and then be able to move. Whatever the interest rate is 4 years from now is going to be the standard rate then. The only way we're going to see rapid shifts in the economy, rapid houses for sale, rapid this, rapid that, is if interest rates go to about 5%. There are going to be some people who are willing to forego their mortgages currently to get into a house at around 5%. They're going to look at 7% interest rates and they're going to say, you know what? 7% was bad, but 5% is now the new good. And with 5% or 4% being the new good, we're not going to see 2% rates again unless there is something drastic that happens that forces people out of the market. But we will see 5% rates eventually. That is my prediction for the economy. Now, with that being said, we have high prices, high interest rates, low inventory. That is a cluster that is telling you nobody's going to sell, and then anyone who's buying is buying at the most expensive prices that in our lifetime. In our lifetime, it is the most expensive prices. And because of that, it is the worst time to buy. For someone who is actively looking, avidly looking, and I don't even have competition in the market. I'm looking at houses that are dropping $40,000. Brand new houses listed at $300,000 is now going for $259,900. Finally, contingent, which means pending sale. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe for this episode as I'm breaking down the real truth. I'm not the type of guy who likes to give you fear talks and things like that. I know that I can blow this channel up or fear and things like that, but I'm just real interested in just giving you the honest truth. I even try to stay away from videos like that, but it's the honest truth. I can't go ahead and sugarcoat it and tell you that the sky is green when it's blue and when it's going to rain. So ultimately, we have to understand that we're in a time that housing inventory is going to be low for a long time. People are not building homes the way that they were building before. Rents are most likely going to continue to increase because everybody is staying put. And so we're going to see rents increase. We're going to see housing supply stagnant or decreasing as people get out of their nest, get out of college, and they're looking for homes. We're going to see more people moving in with their parents, and then we're going to see an increase in rent from there as well. So right now is definitely not the time to be purchasing real estate. Now, what I can tell you though is if you do purchase a real estate and you at least break even and you're able to afford it, and maybe it's even your primary, then it might be a great time to buy. And the reason why I say that, even though today is the most expensive in our lifetime, is because when interest rates do drop, at least you were paying a mortgage on something that you would have potentially only paid $200 more if you had rented. So if you're only paying about $200, and again, this depends on how much you make. It depends on if the home is nice enough for you. If you're making $100,000 a year, you're probably not going to like the type of home that you can get versus rent at this type of time. But if you're making about $50,000, $60,000 a year, depending on your market, you might be able to find something that you can own for just a little bit more than what you would rent, depending on your market. And you also want to focus on a good area too. Now, if you can get a new build, like I was talking about earlier, and you make about $80,000 a year, that would have been a perfect home for you, right in that $259,000, $900 range on a new build. I think that would have been great, even though the price is right around that $2,000 a month. I mean, that might be $600 more than what you would pay in rent here currently. So again, you got to take all these things into consideration. Are you willing to pay $600 plus more than what you would pay in rent in order to own something now, or are you going to go ahead and wait it out again? And then when it is time to refinance, are you actually going to refinance and stay in the home, or are you going to want to actually sell and leave now that interest rates are lower and you can maybe afford something a little bit better? Another thing to consider is how much are you actually putting down on this home. If you're not putting down a huge down payment of 15% or more, you might not even reach the 20% that is needed in order to refinance into a cheaper loan. And don't forget that there are going to be closing costs associated with refinancing again, and therefore you're going to pay a lot of money in order to get that lower monthly payment every single month. And you might just be refinancing into a 30-year mortgage, unless you go with a company like Chase that allows for 20-year mortgages, 15-year mortgages, and 5-year mortgages and 10-year mortgages as well. Now, if you can find a company that does 25-year mortgages, that might also be an option for you. I do believe that Chase Bank does 25-year mortgages. They're not as common, but they are available. You just got to do your research. I know I'm giving you some gems. I know I'm giving you the best content. I know people have never talked to you about 25-year mortgages. You can thank me for being a home lending advisor for about a year of my life. So I've been dishing out loans. I've been giving people refinances on homes. So I am absolutely the guy that you want to talk to when it comes to that. But I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just a guy on YouTube who is obviously smart enough to know all these things. If you like this video, again, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.